That is very surprising. Very nice for GunGfu. A little bit sad that we don't get to see MaxPax Reynor, but yeah. I don't know. I would love to see the replays, and normally I wouldn't mind asking for the replays and going over them after the event, but I don't have time for that today. But I can always ask him to send them to me, and then maybe I can take a look at them tomorrow. I will not ask him right now because obviously he's getting ready to play Reynor, so I don't want to ask him like, hey, can I have the replays? Like, that's a bit much, but tomorrow if you guys stop by my stream, I'll do my best to have my hands on those replays and we can take a look at them because I think they will be very interesting. MaxPax, his streak, his reign of terror in the weeklies has ended. And not by Reynor or Clem, but it has been ended by GunGfu, the first player in 7 tournaments to defeat MaxPax. I didn't start the prediction yet, Zero. I did not start the prediction yet, and I obviously didn't cast that PvP, but I would have definitely made it 2-0 MaxPax. I think that goes without saying. And normally that would be the correct way to set a line. Alright. You guys videoing? Well, let's see how good GunGfu is in PvZ. I believe that Reynor did tell me a thing or two about playing GunGfu a few times on the ladder last week and whatnot. I have to... Alright. GunGfu has hosted versus Big Reynor. Hardlat. PvZ semifinals. Yeah, GunGfu is definitely a macro player. I think in PvP, PvZ, and PvT. Kind of likes to sit back. He's just very good with your Wings of Liberty army. And you can still find a lot of success with that. Couple Blinkstalkers, couple of Colossus, and then he will just take the game from there. Wonder what he does in PvZ. It kind of feels that you're almost forced at this level to play Oracles. I obviously like to play without Oracles, but I'm alright. Not quite as good as these guys. Maybe GunGfu will switch it up though and give us an Archon drop or something. A proper blast from the past. Some adepts with glaives. And apparently Equilibrium is mapped too. GunGfu let Equilibrium slip in and he's gonna play on it. But that's not what I'm gonna start off with. No, 7 was not meant to be. 6 is still one hell of a run though, guys. Like, we cannot just scuff past that and be like, oh, okay, well, you can't always win. I'm so happy we picked up GunGfu. Who is we, mate? Is GunGfu repping you or your team? I don't know. Berserker Esports. Okay. Oh, that's a good pickup because he is incredibly good. Congrats.
Let's get it on.
Round 1. Fight!
Top left side, the man that I like to introduce as our German Protoss, who's built out of raw German steel and twisted sex appeal. It's GunGFuBanDa. Taking out MaxPax, the first player in 7 weeklies to defeat MaxPax. He did it 2-1 and no one was watching because we have 8 commentators and not a single one of them decided to join that lobby. For 3 falls in the forest, but there's no one there to hear a sound. Yada yada yada. Bottom right side of Hardlat, we are looking at the main base of the man who did win a weekly not too long ago, and in that weekly I think he took down Clem 3-0. This is BASILISK Reynor. It's starting to look like that could be our grand finals again today, and whenever those 2 kids are duking it out with each other, it's always a good time. Hopefully they'll be nice to each other, guys. You never know, according to Reddit. This is not going to be entertaining, Berendal and Reynor. I think it will be entertaining, but I do think that Reynor 2-0 is likely. But GunGfu can be a bit like Showtime, and obviously Showtime style did give Reynor a lot of troubles at IM Katowice. Reynor felt that he could have played better that series, but also just acknowledged that Showtime played very good. I think GungFu is going to kind of mimic that style. I don't really expect anything too wild out of our German Protoss. But it's now apparently being picked up by Berserker Esports. That means we'll probably see some GungFu in the upcoming WTL Code S season. I think that's very cool too. So much stuff to look forward to, guys. All these different RTSs that you guys can watch, play, enjoy. And then still plenty of StarCraft to enjoy. Not a whole lot to complain about, right? Sure, things could always be better, but I think we all got it pretty good. GungFu is most likely going to drop a Stargate as he is waiting until he's got 150 gas. And there is your Stargate. Obviously, Twilight Council only takes 100 gas. Robo only takes 100 gas. Robo would be very crazy. I feel like only Australia is capable of dropping a Robo first in PvZ on this level. On lower levels, or if you're smurfing, obviously you can do whatever the hell you want. But if you play against people that are as good, if not better than you, then more often than not you go Stargate or Twilight. GungFu's probe is in trouble and he's actually going to lose it immediately.
First blood.
And yes, probes do bleed. Hello, Nihat. Good evening. Good evening to Fire Silver as well. Semi-finals, guys. Semi-finals obviously is best of 3. Grand finals is a best of 5. You guys are betting a lot of channel points. 1.1 million points on the 2-0 for Reynor. 200k on GungFu to take a map. Some of these bets in my channel get really big. Especially if we have like a big Rain Battles main event and it's kind of hyped. I don't know what the record is when it comes to channel points wages, but I think it's around like 5.5 or 6 million, which is very comparable to how many points are being wagered on like an ESL prediction during Katowice or something, so that's pretty cool. Where's Max Packs? In Denmark. Turns out, guys, that not even Max Packs can win them all. Void Ray first. Gonna activate Prismatic Alignment to kill that first Overlord, and GungFu is gonna go 3 bases very quick. Reynor has shown us a little bit of everything today in PvZ. Has shown us he's willing to attack with Queens and Roaches, go for a Ling Bane with +1 melee, go for some Lurkers, go for the Roaches with Tunneling Claws. Definitely not been a one-trick pony. GungFu is hitting us with a pretty quick Twilight, guys. So one Void Ray deep into the main base, kills 1 Cryptomore. I don't know if I love that trade, but it's okay. Let's see if this Oracle can get lucky. That's a single drone. In Dutch we would say, niet om naar over het huis te schrijven. That's not what we say. Niet om naar over naar huis te schrijven. Why can't I speak Dutch? What's wrong with me? Something along those lines, guys. Something about over naar huis te schrijven. A.k.a. nothing to brag about. But at least he's keeping the important units alive. And that is important. Lambo's 1-0 up and looks good in game 2 against Spirit. Means that Lambo could potentially run into Claymore in the semi-finals. It doesn't happen often, but once in a while Lambo just pops off in these weeklies, and he has defeated Clam before. Obviously Clam has gotten many wins over Lambo. It's important for Reynor to keep on scouting, and Reynor just spotted all these adepts, and we're not looking at 4 or 6 or 8 adepts, no, it's 12 adepts immediately. And I'm going to shade to the other side of the map. Since Reynor has taken the center base, I think it would be very doable for GungFu to cancel this if he knows about it. He does know about it. He's going to activate Prismatic Alignment. The adepts can obviously fire 1 or 2 volleys and then shade into the turret. That is exactly what they are going to do. Reynor could be in a little bit of trouble here, as the Roaches are on the production tab, but they're not quite out yet. GunGFuBanDa, guys. GungFu is kind of cooking here. He's killing Roaches one at a time as they spawn. Let's see Adept Shades finish up. He wants to kill the Evo Chamber. He will kill the Evo Chamber. The floodgates are open, and now we have Adepts everywhere. We have a couple of links on the other side of the map. But obviously GungFu can just deal with that with Adepts with Glaive. What is happening to GungFu? How is GungFu this freaking large? Oh my goodness, these Adepts are gonna go through a bit of a meat grinder. It seems like they hosted without game heart. 16 drones have already gone down, guys. In the end, these adepts will get recalled, but 16 drones is massive. The only thing that sucks a little bit for GunGFu is that he did not get a cancel on the hatch. I kind of think if the adepts would have walked here immediately, fire at it, 2-3 volleys, which happens very quickly if you have Resonating Glaive. Voidray is going to do its thing. You can still let the Shade finish up in the third. Then it would have been fucking fantastic. Now it's still pretty damn good. Do I miss seeing Mothership Course? No. I'm never really the kind of RTS player that is hang up on the past. Like, I don't really miss players that retire. I don't miss commentators that retire. I don't miss units that disappear. I didn't feel strongly about the Mothership Core. Didn't like it. Didn't love it. Or like, I didn't hate it, but I definitely didn't love it. This is something that was there, was part of the game. Kind of thought we needed it for a while. I think I enjoy batteries more than I enjoy the Mothership Course. I would say no. Nothing to write home about. That too, yeah. That's what I was trying to say, but Dutch is very hard. GunGFu Lambo Grand Finals, and that'd be fucking hype. I would definitely be very hyped for a GunGFu against Lambo Grand Finals. That would be incredibly surprising, but super awesome. GunGFu is going to try to end this game. He's got a lot of Zealots. Zealots alone against Roach is not going to be good enough. We're going to need the Immortals to be in a very good spot. There is a Stasis Trappy here. Only a couple of links get trapped. GunGFu with a very cool attack is going to shade a couple of adepts into this bottom base as well, but Reynor read him like a book, left units behind. Reynor needs to be careful here. I don't know if he can really go up this ramp. Does kill the sentry. There's a War Prism in the main base, guys. So it's adepts in the third, the Zealots in the main, and the big old army in the center. Now that big old army has turned into a small old army real quick. Maybe these adepts and the Zealots can still do their thing. At the moment it's still 76 drones on the side of Reynor. That is a crazy amount of drones. Especially considering how many he lost and all the lost mining time. Yeah, where I kind of felt that GunGFu had potential in 3 different locations. It's not really going particularly well in any of them. One queen does fall to that final adept shot, but got 7 drones, guys, in that attack, but he lost a crazy amount of Zealots. Now 19 Zealots have died, a couple of additional adepts have fallen. Maybe GunGFu should have brought that Void Ray too. We needed everything. Reynor is now going to try to counter with 52 Roaches and 3 Ravages, but there are 4 Immortals here. 4 Immortals, 3 Archons, a Void Ray and Battery Overcharge. I kind of believe in the Protoss army here, guys. I absolutely kind of believe in the Protoss army. Roaches alone, I don't think it's going to be good enough. He needs way more Ravages. A Dark Shrine is like 80% done as well. Very good micro on these Immortals. Look at GunGFu go. Does end up losing 2 Immortals now. Lost 1 Archon in the mix too. Protoss army needs some reinforcements. We need a couple of Zealots to keep these Roaches at bay. Kinda seems that Reynor has successfully broken this 4th base. I thought that GunGFu with an extra Zealot Warp in or 2 was going to be able to save it, because he has such a good anti-Roach army. Seems that he's just a few too many units down in the end. He does have a second Warp Prism. The Dark Shrine is done. We're going to warp in DTs, but they get denied. So he now warps in 6 DTs. 3 on the right, 3 on the left. Reynor has a 0 Overseers. He's morphing 1 Overseer, but where is it? He needs that Overseer now, but obviously GunGFu could have really used that Dark Shrine just a little bit earlier. I mean, both of them just losing a lot. The Queens have turned around again. Now we have one of the 2 Prisms going rogue. I don't know where it's going, but just kind of chilling. GunGFu is trying to deal with the crazy amount of Roaches that Reynor has produced in this game. GunGFu has lost more resources. Not something we say very often when we are talking about a high-level PvZ. Is the Hive done now? Yeah, the Hive is already done too. 11-minute game. Reynor lost 23 drones and the Hive is still done. And he's still maxed out on Roach, Ravager, Ling. Bunch of Queens on the other side of the map. Archons do deal splash damage, yes. It's not a lot. It's not as reliable as Storm or Disruptors, Colossus. But against Zerglings, it's very effective. Against Roaches, so-so. GunGFu is now waiting for an observer so he can actually push back the strip a little, but obviously these are very painful seconds for our German Protoss. He has 2 Robots, but he's only building Immortals. Does seem like he believes in the ground army. One DT is trying to get lucky over here in the bottom side of the map. Maybe attacking that Ling was a mistake because it gives Reynor the alert that there is a DT. Where is that observer? What the hell, man? I feel like we've been waiting for this ops forever. Why is it here? What the hell? It's chilling in the back of the natural. Bunch of lurkers on the production tab. Seismic Spines on the way. Adaptive Talents is obviously going to take a little while, but 7 Immortals, 8 Archons, and a Void. It is a pretty good anti-lurker army. It absolutely is. I don't think there's any reason to assume that this game is 100% over, but GunGFu does desperately need to get his hands on another base. He's been at 3 base Protoss for a solid 3 minutes now, and that's just not a place that you want to be. Especially not if you're playing against Reynor, who I would say is pretty fucking good in late game. And I don't think that's a very hot take. I don't know about walking up this ramp, by the way. The lurker count is already quite high. Like, this is an absolutely fantastic anti-roach army. But at this point, it's not just about the roaches anymore. Reynor did make a lot of them throughout this game. 62 roaches have fallen. 2 ravages fallen as well. And there are still 24 left. But, yeah, it's not about the roaches anymore. It's about the lurkers now. Maybe Archon Immortal can somehow outmaneuver it, but it's going to be hard. The lurker speed upgrade is not done. Reynor has launched a massive counterattack, and GunGFu has been trying so freaking hard to just get up to 4 bases again. He's going to lose his 4th base again. So he says, F it, I'm just going to send it. But I don't think he has a lot of observers. He's got 0 ops. GunGFu, you've got no ops. You've lost your observer, my friend. You can't possibly run into that many lurkers without an observer. Reynor is chasing that for a split second. He doesn't really have to. It's just fucking chaos everywhere. But look, there's Lings and roaches now in the actual. I think it's safe to say that this game is over as GunGFu lost his only observer. And against a man with this many lurkers, yeah, that's not going to end well. Yeah. Shout out to Airbus for the 32 months Monday hype. You guys are loving that Monday hype, eh? I'm glad I can be there for you guys. The cornerstone in your life. You can always find a Roddy on the Monday night. Missed 5 in like 200 weeks. It's pretty good. And none of them were my fault. The only ones we ever missed is because we were not behind the computer. Most of the time for StarCraft. One time for TwitchCon, but that was for Basilisk, and Basilisk is obviously for StarCraft too, so he never got a Robo Bay. He just went double Robo. Mass Immortal, Archon, Blinkstalker. So GunGFu has picked Equilibrium, guys. He let Equilibrium slip through the map pool. Did not veto it. Apparently wants to play it. I'm currently in the player slot, and I'm asking Reynor if he wants that smoke. He's gonna swap me out. Yeah, smart guy. He's now flaming me, saying that he saw my game against Figaro. I got blasted by a bunch of Lings and Hydras very early. It was like an Omega all in. But I moved out with a couple of Adepts. Fucking Reynor. Dick. I was playing good today. Can we have one bad game, guys, if I'm playing for like an hour and a half? I beat Iba. That's pretty good. Iba's like 6k MMR. Round 2, winner of this series will advance into the grand finals, and there is a very good chance that Clément is going to be in the grand finals as well. But we're not there yet. Lambo is still battling. Maybe Lambo has beat Spirit, or has defeated Spirit at this point. That I don't know. So, yeah.
Round 2, fight!
Top left side of Equilibrium. We are looking at the main base of the man that's representing Basilisk. He's up 1-0, playing some very cool ZVPs today. Was in a bit of trouble on Heartland, but he kept it together. And the kid looked fast and accurate as always. Basilisk, Reynor. Woohoo! Top right side of Equilibrium, we are looking at the main base of apparently one of the very few Protoss players on this planet that's okay with playing on Equilibrium. Last time I saw him play on this map, he went Resonating Glaive into double Stargate Phoenix with +1 air weapons. Kind of my jam. Is he going to do that again? This is Berserker, Esports, GunGfu. Good luck, bully. Enjoy, mate. Get your pump in. Have a good pump. Is that something you can say, mate? Martin is saying, go Protoss. It's gonna be tough. Haha, Figaro, you're here. You're gonna love that little interaction, mate. Fuck was that build? That build is so stupid. That won't work again. Oh, GunGfu, guys. He's got a plan. And his plan is to go Gate into Forge, into Cybercore. Reynor is gonna send drones though to oh no, this is a total disaster because the drones are going to reveal that this is happening. The drones will reveal that this is happening. Reynor sees the pylon and now this cannon rush can't really work. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Reynor hosted game 2 and he hosted with Ops++. What the fuck is this? Okay. Okay. Reynor, this is a pylon, mate. You have to just kill the cannon. This seems terrible, no? Am I crazy, guys, or is this terrible? Oh? This is so bad. Boa now would be ripping his eyeballs out. Or... oh, this is just really bad. Oh my goodness. Honestly, my performance against Figaro was better. Oh no. Well, that's honestly, that's GG, guys. The Zerg has a gold, fully saturated. Pool is done, 8 links are out. The Protoss has 1 Zealot, 1 Adept, and a Nexus that is 20% done. If GunGfu wins this game, I will do something cool with Raw German Steel and Twisted Sex Appeal. I don't quite know what I'm going to do yet, but something very cool. Let's go for a Stargate now. It's a 3-minute game. Oh my goodness. Well, GunGfu had a great run, but this semifinals is not really going his way. I think that's putting it mildly. I mean, game 1 wasn't bad. He actually looked really good in game 1. At one point, he even kind of felt that he was going to win. Total disaster. As Bravo team would say, total mission failure. Or complete mission failure. I don't know what it is. One of the two. First Void Ray gets chrono boosted out, but Raider is up in workers. Like, if you take this gold base, you're actually okay with being down in workers for a little bit as a Zerg, and then later on you can overtake the Protoss, or you can just make 1,000,000 units and make it hard for them to go up to 3 bases, but this is very painful. So, how's your Monday, chat? Anything you guys want to talk about? Anything you're looking forward to this week? On Thursday, we've got Roma against Feyenoord, which I'm very excited for. Obviously, Champions League is going to be cool too. We'll do a couple of viewing parties this week. He is going to go double Stargate, by the way, so it's 1 Void Ray into a Phoenix that is pew-pew-pewing. Reynor could honestly do whatever the hell he wants. He can win this game with Hydras. He could win this game with Queens, Roaches, and Ravages, and a Nidus. He could win this game by just dropping a Spire. He might even be so far ahead that he could make Mutas against +1 air weapons Phoenix. That is the only thing I'm not certain about. But if you just spam Corrupted Ling here, you're actually going to have a very fun time. If I was the Zerg, 100%, I'd just be dropping a Spire here. And I'm going to play Corrupted Zergling. And when you're economically this far ahead, you're gonna have a fucking good old time. Like, he did build a Roach farm, but I really hope that we go Corrupted Link. How cool would that be? You just go double Evo as well, +1 melee. Oh my god, he's gonna lose the Phoenix. No, he doesn't quite lose the Phoenix, but takes a lot of damage. Reynor's building a lot of queens. He's gonna go for the Nidus. Queen Roach Nidus. Very lame. Honestly, Reynor should get a penalty for this. Red hair, told to get the blue. I mean, now we are going to, as a 3-base Zerg, spam Roaches, Queens, and Ravagers to attack a 2-base Protoss. Something in that sentence ain't quite right. I don't think that the 3-base Zerg with a worker lead and a mega base needs to all in the 2-base Protoss. Oh well, Reynor is gonna do it. Proper shame that we didn't get to see the Spire. First Nidus is going to be in the center of the map. And I guess he's just gonna spam Roaches, Ravages, and Queens for a long time. There are 11 Queens out on the map. GunGfu says, no, there's not. We're gonna make it 10. So he does get one. Now he hears the Nidus go up. He probably has a heart attack. This could have gone up in his main and he would have been Omega dead. Reynor did not quite get a Nidus up in the main. One Phoenix is gonna give the heads up that the Queen March is here. So we have one Void and a bunch of Phoenixes and +1. I mean, cannons and batteries are normally very good here. But Reynor obviously doesn't need to kill a 2-base Protoss. He just needs to make sure that GunGfu doesn't get up to 3 bases. And the links are a problem to deal with if all you have is Phoenix. Phoenix energy does not grow on trees. You don't really want to spend it lifting a million freaking Zerglings. He's gonna go for the Queens. Obviously fighting here near Battery Overcharge is very good, but even if the Phoenixes kill every single Queen, that's not gonna make all these Roaches, Ravages, and Zerglings disappear. I mean, GunGfu is gonna kill all the Queens. Reynor was kind of off creep, so he couldn't drop Transfuse. It's like, oh, really good fight against the Queens, but there's still a whole bunch of Lynx, Roaches, and Ravages, and there's nothing that GunGfu can do about it. Reynor is going to be your first finalist of the European Pro Tour Weekly number 215. Unfortunately, we have missed Clem against Lambo, game 1 by 2 minutes. Honestly, what I should have done, guys, I should have left. After that cannon rush, I should have just left, be like, oh no, BattleNet crashed. And then I could have hopped into the other series. That's what I should have done, but I'm going to go ahead and take a very tiny break, and after that I'll be back and we can maybe catch the tail end of Lambo Clem game 1 on a different stream, and then obviously we'll hop into game 2. I'll see you guys real soon. I can give you guys a prediction for that series if you want. It'd be fun.